there he is. How you feeling, Shadster?
It's a tough loss, man. That's about as bad as it could have gone.
It's an absolute choke job by the offense. They have been pathetic. If you look at it, really, in the end, all 5 losses this season have to do with the offense, with or without Tua. Today you had Armstead, no excuse. I don't want to hear about, they're flooding the middle of the field and Tua's having issues. Well, if they did it last week, you as a coach have to adjust to it. So then Mike McDaniel's also failing on offense. It's interesting because you look at it, the Dolphin offense had 19 and 20 minutes of time of possession the last 2 weeks, which is a combined 39 and a half minutes. And that's exactly what San Fran had last week. And today the Chargers had 40 minutes. And you're abusing the defense. They're doing the best they can with what they have. They keep you alive every week. And I can point at the offense. In fact, I was actually saying this. Do you know that the Dolphin offense is Amber Heard? Did you know that?
How's that?
Well, she's beautiful. She's hot. Probably there's some great sex one night. But then there's another night where there's a turd in your bed. So it's either Heard or turd. And that's what this offense has actually been. So it's interesting. You can give the offense all the praise. And guess what? You could give the offense all the blame for the 5 losses this season. It's interesting.
So I went into the Dolphins locker room, and I spoke with Teron Armstead, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. Mm-hmm. And they were all very professional. Mm-hmm. And they were obviously searching for answers. They were all talking about the lack of rhythm. And they were also talking about how the Chargers did some things on defense schematically that were different than what they had shown. And so the coach admitted, I understand, in his post-game press conference, that they were out-schemed on some things. And in speaking to a couple of defensive players, they also suggested that the Chargers did some things from a scheme perspective that caused problems for them. So, listen, Tua was terrible today. I don't know what's wrong. It's 2 games in a row now where he's wildly inaccurate, and terrible. And he wasn't great in the Houston game. So since the bye, he hasn't been the same player, and I don't know why. I mean, obviously it's a step up in competition, but the Chargers defense, I mean, no excuse, they're terrible, and they have no Joey Bosa, and they don't have the safety Derwin James, they don't have the corner J.C. Jackson. It doesn't make any sense. You have to wonder. I mean, you have to wonder. Would you agree that this is fair, that you have to wonder if Tua is pressing? That it's not
I don't know
physical,
what he's doing.
That it,
all I know is, dude, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing like dog shit.
Well, he didn't just forget how to throw the football. He didn't just forget how to throw a football.
I didn't say that he forgot or whatever
that's what
it
I'm
is.
Saying. Do you think that there's a chance that
or whatever it is, he's playing like dog shit? And Mike McDaniel has coached like dog crap because he coached like dog crap this week. Last week, I gave McDaniel the break because everything was schemed. It was there. Guys were open. Tua missed guys. This week, Tua missed guys again. This week, he missed guys again. But there were moments that these guys were right on top of their receivers. So there were moments that there were tighter windows. So I do get that. I get it. By the way, did you ask Tyreek? Did he lose that one in the lights, the deep ball? Is that what happened?
And I didn't. Okay. I didn't ask that question. He referenced in general that there were a few balls he felt he should have gotten. So,
yeah,
that one may have very well been one of those. It's crazy. We didn't even ask him about setting the record. I don't think he would have been like, "Oh, it's great, but whatever, we didn't win." I mean, what is he going to say?
Anything.
But
right.
I know. But and Jalen Phillips talked about how the referee told him that it was a putting your weight on the player, and I told him that we all thought that was bull crap, and that the officials, the broadcasters thought it was bull crap, and the rules analysts thought it was bull crap. But
Jalen Phillips, Christian Wilkins, and Cater Kohu
They played great.
Played their asses off, dude.
Yeah, they played great. I wrote about all those guys in my
They
5 instant takeaways available now on the PalmBeachPost.com,
Jesus.
which was very
God.
difficult for me to write because I'm having laptop problems. But do you think that facing Herbert might have been on Tua's mind?
Well, yeah, no, for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That has to be on his mind for sure. But he's been erratic for a while now, so I'm not blaming. I'm not giving him that out, bro. I'm not doing that. You played bad, bro. That's it.
It's not.
You
No,
needed
no.
to
It's not an
show up.
excuse. It's
You
not an
needed to
excuse. I'm
show
looking
up the
for
last 2
reasons.
weeks, and for whatever reason, and in the Houston game, he was lights out in the first
No.
half. It was just
Well,
after the injuries is where everything kind of fell apart. Is what happened to that offense. But he was, that was a week we all thought that they would attack him with the run, just like today. We thought they're playing a bad run defense, run the hell out of the ball, and then Wilson gets injured too. You know what I mean? So that creates
they should have
problems.
run it more. They ran it 19 times. They averaged 4.8 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert got some stuff going. Even Tua got some runs. Even Ahmed got in there with some runs. So I am a little concerned. It's a passing league. We're going to pass to set up the run, but we're supposed to run more than the other teams because they're supposed to have a power running attack. And I know it's tough. You got Teron Armstead wearing a brace, a harness. How effective is he going to be in a running game? That's an interesting thing I just thought of.
Yeah.
Armstead told me he got through the game okay. Nothing, no like pain
Pretty
he couldn't
amazing.
manage.
Pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
guy's a warrior. Guy's a
Pretty
warrior, no
amazing
doubt.
for him to make it through, and he didn't play too bad. He didn't get beat on too many plays. Obviously you do a lot of ball watching when you're watching the game, and then you get to go back and watch the line
Just
a
a
little
couple
bit
plays,
more,
yeah.
you
Just a couple
know.
of plays. This is the
But
worst case scenario for Dolphins fans.
and
Not only
Tua,
did they,
and
that's what
Tua.
what I'm saying is, not only did they lose both games here. Now, by the way, the Dolphins could win 3 of their next 4 and still finish 11-6. Okay,
No, I know that.
it's possible. No, what
I
I'm
know.
saying is, beating Justin Herbert is not easy. Now they should have played better on offense, but what I'm saying is, I was hoping that Tua was going to throw for 380 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Dolphins were going to sack Justin Herbert 5 times,
But,
and
listen.
and
By the way,
X
Justin
was
Herbert
going to pick
wasn't
6 him.
anything
It didn't.
special. By the way, he
Dude,
wasn't anything
he was
special
excellent.
today.
Justin Herbert was very
He
good.
produced 1 touchdown for 370 yards. He couldn't get in the end zone. He really wasn't that special. What was so unspecial was the Dolphins. Dude, they won by 6 points. And the Dolphins played absolutely horrible, Joe. They had
Right,
the ball double the amount of time as the Dolphins. And they could
right.
only
No,
produce 6 more points.
Orlando, I'm just making the point that I'm disappointed. I was
I know,
hoping.
but
No,
let's not
listen to
make
the
it sound
point.
like Justin
Listen
Herbert
to the
was the
point.
second coming. He did enough to win, but he
He
wasn't
just
anything great,
you
bro.
watched the game. You watched the game.
Yeah, I watched the game. He made some
Unfortunately,
throws. He was never
unfortunately,
challenged.
unfortunately, he dramatically outperformed Tua, and that sucks. I wish it didn't happen.
I could dramatically outperform Tua the way he
Well,
played.
Brock Purdy did last week. All right, the last pick in the draft. So we got to
Purdy's
get this straightened
ass
out.
can outperform Tua the way he's played the last 2 weeks. A high school quarterback from Lourdes Academy can kill what Tua did the last 2 weeks. I mean, it's a joke what Tua did today. That outperforming Tua was no challenge at all today. That's where the Chargers and Justin Herbert were super fortunate. The Dolphins had no offense today. You throw for 370 yards and 51 times, and you complete 39 of them, and you end up with 1 touchdown. Come on, man. That's not that impressive. Come on. Really. Now, here's what I want to know. How in the hell do the Dolphins adjust now going into Buffalo? That's what I want you to answer.
Well, first of all, you got to hope that Tyreek Hill's ankle is okay. Second of all, you got to hope that Jeff Wilson's hip is okay. apparently after the game, McDaniel indicated that neither injury is severe, which is good. I mean, look, it's going to be very hard to win in Buffalo. It's going to be wintry mix and snow and in the 30s. I mean, Tua has unfortunately not cleared these two hurdles on the West Coast. Did not clear the hurdle against the very good 49ers defense. Did not clear the challenge of out. McDaniel said their plan was better than ours and they outplayed us. Yeah, all right.
They did.
I mean, listen, I appreciate that he takes the responsibility, but Tua did not clear the hurdle against the poor Chargers defense. Something's off. Something is off, and we need to get it straight.
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Because I don't
think it's physical.
This offense the last 2 weeks is going to go to Buffalo and win.
Listen, Tua,
right?
head coach Mike McDaniel and offensive coordinator Frank Smith said that in the last game, they felt that some of the players were pressing. Pressing means not physical, mental.
Yeah.
The grand stage, the national spotlight, all the talk. The players in the locker room today were talking about we need to get back to focus on fundamentals and technique. What does that tell you? It tells you that they're trying to say, hey, let's stop overthinking everything and get back to technique. It's a very, Brian Flores Patriots way thing. It's not emotion. Technique and fundamentals are the opposite of emotion, right? Because there's no emotion in technique and fundamentals. So I think that the Dolphins, unfortunately, did not meet the moment in either of these games on the West Coast. It's very unfortunate.
The beginning of the game, did you find it odd that Tua kept forcing it to Tyreek even when there were 3 or 4 guys covering him? When mathematics kind of tell you if there are 3 or 4 guys around Tyreek, that means other guys have got to be open. Like, did you notice that early on in that first quarter? Like he was just forcing it where he didn't really. It was like he needed to get number 10 involved. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean Waddle and Sherfield and Wilson and Gesicki did nothing. And Waddle had like 1 catch, right? And maybe at least going in the last drive. And he would never say that he was frustrated. I think because he's frustrated in general. He's frustrated about the offense, not about how many catches he got.
Of course.
I think Waddle's actually not the type to complain, especially when the quarterback is his best.
No, he's not going to do that. No, I know that.
And I asked
classy guys.
I asked Waddle about Tua's confidence, and he, of course, said that his confidence will never waver. But I am wondering if it is wavering a little bit. Because if you think about it, when he was at his best, he was uber confident. Yeah. And no, and there was a swag to his game. There was a rhythm to his game. And right now he seems skittish.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's weird because he's got Armstead in there. He's got his line was fine. I mean, they got beat a couple of times, but they were fine.
Line wasn't bad last week either, dude.
I would have liked to have seen a few more runs. They did run it 19 times. It's
you did that, by the way. You did the tape, don't lie. That you saw it. He had more than enough time to make his throws last week too. No matter what. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the kid, but he better figure it out quickly because people like me that have been defending him cannot defend anything that's going on right now. That's for sure.
There's a little bit of the revert to the mean. You know what I mean? Like, it's unrealistic to think that Tua is going to finish first in the NFL in passer rating and passing percentage and yards per attempt. Certainly, if the season ends and Tua is in the top 5 or 6 in passer rating, completion percentage, touchdown to interceptions. But it is also true that the perception of Tua is going to be largely defined by his moments in the San Francisco and Chargers game and really in the on the road in the cold at Buffalo and Boston.
It's just, dude, you can't be Amber Heard. It can't be Heard or Turd. It can't be those extremes. People can deal with you losing when, okay, you played really well and there was a last second thing, something happened on special teams, something happened on defense, somebody dropped a football or something, and you lost the game. Oh, but dude, Tua played really well. Okay, great. When you play great, it's great to give you all the compliments. But when you play like shit, we got to call it like you see it. And it can't be those extremes where you're the obvious reason or the main reason why you lost. You know what I mean? It can't be that. You can't. It can't go like that. There can't be those kind of swings. I was just talking about this. Like I just told you at the beginning of our interview, all 5 losses are on the offense. None of them are on the defense. And there were countless games where I remember Marino would.
The defense should be better, though. The defense should be better.
Okay, but there's not
defense
one.
Should be better. Well, let's get a little more from Bradley
one
Chubb.
Game this, but listen,
get a little
Joe,
more from Javon Holland. Let's get a little more from Jerome Baker.
You're right.
No, I'm asking for a little more. I'm asking for a little more.
No, and Chubb has been
gave
terrible.
Up a couple long passes.
Yeah, no. But listen, there's not one game that you can say, "Oh, dude, the offense played great and the defense let them down." Not one of those games. All 5 games, you say the offense couldn't do it. Offense couldn't do it. Offense couldn't do it. All 5
it's weird.
games.
It's weird because they're top 5 in scoring offense. They're top 5 in yards per play. They're top 5 in passing yards per game. But they beat the crap out of some bad. They beat the crap out of the Lions and the Bears. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, but
it's hurt or turd. Yeah.
Listen, McDaniel's a smart guy. He has got to make the adjustments now. He's got to make the adjustments. Maybe, you know what? Listen, this is a mindset shift. A lot of pressure, a lot of talk. Now, nobody expects them to beat Buffalo. So, you know what? It releases all the tension. You like that?
I like that, but that's a nice, that's a nice little narrative and storyline you guys can use and all that stuff. But I think for them, I don't know if that shit flies. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think that offense is sitting there going, what the hell is going on? And they're looking at each other for answers. And remember Tua said that like 90 plays they went through out of the 700. Well, I think McDaniel needs to go back to that library since he's got 610. And maybe get back to Zig Ziglar and start doing a little bit more motivational stuff there for the next couple days.
I got good news for you.
Okay,
Marcel from ESPN.
Yes, I've heard of that guy.
He's going to come on after me.
All right, he's ready to go. All right, usually he's a slacker, but okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, Joe, safe in your travels, my brother.
Thanks,
all right,
man.
Be good.
Looking forward to getting home. I haven't seen my wife and daughter in 10, 11 days.
Well, they're happy that you weren't around. I'm telling you. I just, you can feel it from here. You can hear the parties and everything from here. Later, brother.
I want to be clear. I wish Tua had outperformed Herbert. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. See you, bud.
Choke job. See you, Joe. That's the Hijinks Sports Grill. Fins up, baby. Post-game report.
This is the Big O Show. This is the